The end of easy money in tech. If you're betting your entire future on a tech job saving you, I need you to stop everything and listen to this. Because what I'm about to tell you will either crush your dreams or force you to rebuild them stronger. The golden age of tech jobs, the era where knowing how to code meant guaranteed wealth and status, is officially dead. And if you don't understand why this happened and what comes next, you're going to be left behind wondering what went wrong. For decades, developers lived like kings. Companies threw money at anyone who could talk to computers, six-figure salaries fresh out of college, stock options you didn't fully understand but knew were valuable. Recruiters flooding your inbox every single week. You were special. You were the chosen one who understood why the printer was angry. But then reality hit hard. Over 400,000 tech workers laid off in just 2 years. Google, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, companies that seemed invincible, cutting entire teams overnight. Senior developers with 15 years of experience can't even land interviews anymore. The party is over, and most people still don't understand why. This isn't new. This exact pattern has happened before in history. Centuries ago, a tiny elite group of scribes controlled the world. They were the only ones who could read and write. They had power, status, and wealth because their skill was impossibly rare. Then the printing press arrived, and suddenly their monopoly evaporated. Reading and writing became normal skills. The scribes who couldn't adapt became irrelevant. Right now, tech workers are standing at that exact same cliff edge. So, how did we get here? For a long time, coding was genuinely rare. You had to speak to metal boxes in weird commands, staring at green text on black screens. If you could do it, companies treated you like gold because they desperately needed you and were terrified of you leaving. But then, universities built massive computer science programs. Boot camps appeared everywhere online. YouTube filled with tutorials for every possible problem. Suddenly, anyone with internet access and determination could learn to code. The exclusive club became a crowded marketplace. Then, globalization destroyed the borders. Before remote work, a company in San Francisco hired locally. You competed with people in your city, maybe your country. Then Zoom and Slack made geography irrelevant. Managers realized they could hire equally skilled developers from Colombia, Germany, or Morocco at a fraction of the cost. Your competition went from hundreds to millions, all fighting for the same positions. But the real killer was artificial intelligence. Tools like ChatGPT and Copilot changed everything. Now anyone can paste an error message into an AI and get a working solution. Your dad can do this, and he still types Google into Google to find Google. Managers started asking the brutal question, do we need 3 developers or 1 strong developer plus AI? The skill that made you special became normal, and when any skill becomes common and easy to automate, its market value crashes. The problem exploded because everyone believed the same lie. For years, young people heard a simple promise: learn to code, get good money, you'll be safe forever. So they flooded into tech. Computer science programs overflowed. Everyone built the exact same portfolio projects: to-do list apps, weather apps, budget trackers the developer never actually uses. It's like a dating app where every single profile says, I love travel and coffee. Nobody stands out anymore. Meanwhile, companies got smarter about cutting costs. They realized they could do the same work with half the team. So now you have this toxic combination. Way more developers than ever before, fewer traditional developer roles available, and new tools that automate most basic coding work. If your entire identity is following tutorials and copying code, you are dangerously easy to replace. There are thousands just like you, plus an AI that can build a functional app in seconds. If you're already working in tech, you feel this reality every day. More layoffs, fewer job openings, hundreds of applications vanishing into silence. Inside companies, the pressure is crushing. Do more with less. Ship faster. Use this new AI tool. Oh, and we're restructuring again. You're constantly one meeting away from disappearing. For people trying to break into tech, it's even worse. You follow the old playbook perfectly. Learn JavaScript, build a portfolio, clean up LinkedIn, push to GitHub daily. You expect the promised outcome, a junior position after a few months. Instead, you hit a wall of rejection that lasts for years. Here's what you need to understand. The era of easy, high-paying jobs just for being into computers is closing. But this doesn't mean you're doomed. Remember those scribes? Some adapted brilliantly. They became editors, teachers, lawyers. They used reading and writing inside bigger systems. The skill became normal, but the people who wielded it intelligently still thrived. You're not just a coder. You're a problem solver who uses computers. Tomorrow might require different tools, more AI, less manual coding, new platforms. That's fine. What matters now is understanding specific problems, seeing where money moves, knowing what frustrates people, and explaining complex ideas simply. You can stay inside companies but become genuinely valuable by finishing projects, understanding customers, and making smart decisions about what gets built. Or you can build your own small revenue-generating systems online. Simple tools, tiny automations, helpful content. Create multiple small machines that together feed you instead of depending on one big job to save you. The magic is gone, but opportunity remains for those willing to adapt. The scribes who evolved thrived in the age of the printing press. If one slightly panicked developer can adapt to the age of AI, you absolutely can too. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Are you fighting to stay relevant in tech right now, or are you already building your own escape plan? Drop your story below, and if this video opened your eyes, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next.